Knowing what to do is one of the most dangerous place one could ever be. And I say this because I believe there are three sides to this. First off, knowing what to do is a sign that you're already comfortable. You're living in your comfort zone. And waiting to know what to do is a sign that you're stuck and stagnant. And lastly, knowing what to do and not doing it is a sign that you're stuck in overthinking and perfectionism. And I'll explain each of these points so that you can extrapolate it to your own life and dictate what exactly or where exactly you are. Now, before I move forward, I'll make this statement very clearly. All three of them individually are a dangerous state to be in. You have to see the danger in being stuck in one of these three things: knowing what to do, waiting to know what to do, and knowing what to do and not doing it. Whenever you see yourself stuck in any of these three, you should know that you need immediate action. You need to move. You need to find yourself. Now, I'll start with knowing what to do as a sign of being comfortable and stuck. I'll use myself as an example. I used to work as a software engineer for the last 5 years before I quit my 9 to 5 job. One thing I noticed about working a 9 to 5, I don't know if it's also the same with other industry, but my experience working in the tech industry is that I was employed as a senior software engineer, and I discovered that for the next 2 years of me working for that particular company, we were basically doing the same thing because we were working on one product. So it was basically me coming in the morning for our daily stand-up calls, after which you are assigned a task on what to do, or I am the one to assign the task to some other people. And the task felt repetitive because it's mostly a task of going to check your tickets on a customer complaint or a product feature that is being worked on or that is being reviewed. So it was basically me doing the same thing, hopping on calls, checking if things are being done properly. And I don't know for you, but for someone like me, if I do something for quite a long time, I feel like it gets boring. It makes me start losing that enthusiasm in me. It makes me start feeling stuck in one place. And once you start feeling stuck in one place, it's your nervous system telling you that you're not pushing yourself to be better. Now, there is something about growth. Growth always comes in the most uncomfortable ways or positions. Because I can remember at the start of my software engineering career, I was actually hired for a role that I wasn't qualified for. And what that did for me was it pushed me to become so uncomfortable that I had no option but to grow. And that was how I was able to climb the corporate hierarchy quickly. I would say that I'm one of those people that I climbed the corporate hierarchy faster because I was put in a position where I had to get better. And if I see people that are being employed in the company and they are being put in junior roles, and what they do on a daily basis is to, you know, write emails, create email templates, do basic tasks, or just basically sit and do nothing. And at the end of the month, you are being paid. And to some people, it's something that they want to indulge in more often, being paid for absolutely doing nothing. But on the long run, it's not something that I, from my own experience, would advise someone to be on. It's not a good place to be, because what you understand on the long run is that when some other people were busy growing, you were busy being idle. You were not pushing yourself. You were being comfortable doing nothing because you were basically being paid. You can extrapolate this to the area of business. It's not only about 9 to 5. I'm sharing this story because I feel like my 9 to 5 story is one of the stories I have that resonates with this topic, because it's something that is very common in the corporate world. You see people that always shy away from tasks. They don't want to be on the forefront of leading something or anchoring something. And that's because they believe that they need to be paid more than they work for. And I agree to that sometimes. But at the same time, if you're somebody that you have a long-term vision, you have a long-term vision of working in 9 to 5, then breaking out of working in 9 to 5 to build your own business, you require that skill of being able to always challenge yourself, because growing a business comes with constant challenges. You are not going to be babysitted growing a business. You're not going to be babysitted growing an empire, building a profitable business. You're always going to be in the forefront. You're always going to have your ass on fire. And that's a skill you can actually develop wherever you are right now in your journey. All you have to do is to be comfortable being uncomfortable. But if you are okay being comfortable all the time, all I can say to you right now, or I'm bringing to your awareness, is that it's going to stall your growth. If you're going to move from here to here in the space of 1 year, if you're being comfortable doing the same thing and not pushing yourself to be uncomfortable, then what you can achieve in 1 year, you will take like 5 years to achieve it, because you are not doing enough. Now, I'll move to the second part of the video, which is waiting to know what to do as a sign of being stuck and stagnant. I feel like this one is more explanatory than the first one, because once you catch yourself waiting to figure out what to do, or waiting to be told what to do, or waiting for certainty, or waiting for clarity, or waiting for someone to point you to a direction of where you should go or what you should do, that's a sign that you might already be stuck for like 2 months or 3 months of you not even knowing it. I'm building a business and I still experience this, but it's my job to always come to a conscious awareness of this happening in my life. I'll give you an example. When I was working my 9 to 5, I've always had this vision of maybe in the future I would finally break out and I will start teaching people how to build their body, how to eat right. Because while I was working my job, I was also a gym enthusiast. I always go to the gym Monday to Saturday. I don't miss my gym. I'm always punctual. I always eat right. I was taking my fitness life so seriously. So I knew it was something I could actually teach other people to get good at. But what stalled me for a long time was I was trying to get certainty. I was looking for the green light. I was waiting for the green light. I was waiting for a perfect moment. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to go about it, because it takes a lot. You need to know how to shoot your video. You need to know how to speak to the camera. You need to know how to edit your videos. You need to know how to do sales, marketing, and all those things. And it was so overwhelming that I kept on researching and watching videos, and I was waiting to be told what to do or when to move. I was just waiting for something that if I did not move, it would have never come till now. And that's one of the traps that we all fall into in different aspects of our life. It might be relationship. I am still a culprit in this. I would always use my story to make you understand, because I don't believe I can talk about something that I haven't experienced firsthand. It happens to all of us in relationships, in our friendships with people, in the place of work, in our day-to-day lives, in different ways. You can always extrapolate this to the area of life where you're experiencing you waiting for certainty, or waiting for a green light, or waiting for somebody to tell you what to do. The truth is that that sign will never come, because if you really want to grow a business, there are different components to building a business. So if you're waiting for you to figure out the whole components, it wouldn't start, because you will not be able to figure it out. People that are in business learn those skills while doing it. You can only be good at something while you're trying to do it. Let's say you love football, you wish you could be a professional football player. You can't get good at playing football by just watching people play football. You have to get in the field. You have to touch grass. You have to wear your boot. You have to go into the field. You have to watch people, and you have to come and practice what you watch. You have to test yourself in the battlefield. You can't be in the sideline and you're wishing to be like someone in the battlefield, you have to test yourself, because you can only learn, you can only get better by doing. That's how it works. You can only get good at something by throwing yourself into the deepest end of the fire. That's how you come out refined. That same way gold is being refined, because they have to undergo pressure, intense pressure. That's the same thing with humans. So if you're waiting for a sign, if you're waiting for a green light, if you're waiting for a perfect moment, it never comes. You have to start dirty. You have to start unprepared. You have to start not ready. That's the whole point. It is about the process, not about the end point, because there is no end point. The journey is the point of the whole thing. How you got there is the story. When you get there, you look back and you laugh, because you realize that it has always been about the story. It has always been about the journey. So I'll be moving to the third point, which is knowing what to do and not actually doing it. Sometimes some people are stuck in a place where they don't know what to do, while other people are stuck in a place where they have a direction of what to do. But for some reason, they tend not to do it because they're waiting for a perfect moment. And I feel like this is fueled by trying to be perfect. I'm someone that I will call myself a perfectionist, because whatever I try to do, I try to be as polished as possible. I try to be posh as possible. I try to come as refined as possible, like a finished product. But it's something that I realized has been holding me back for a very long time. It's something that has stalled my progress for a very long time, wanting to always come out refined. But people don't always want refined people. People always want people that they can witness their journey to being refined. It's about the journey, like I said. So if you know what to do, if you know that you really need to lose weight and you're waiting to have a perfect routine, workout routine before you get your ass to the gym, you will never lose weight. If you want to build lean muscle tissues and you're waiting to get the perfect gears, perfect shoes, perfect whatever, you end up not doing it. If you want to become a creator, you want to create content, you're waiting for the perfect camera. I'm still guilty about this. When I wanted to start creating, I felt like I needed the best camera, I needed this, I needed that, bro. But there are videos you watch on the internet and you realize that they are being made with their phones. And the craziest part of it all is that when you're watching those videos and you're getting value from it, you don't really think about, is this a phone or a camera? Okay, I'm going to watch this video because it's not professional camera, it's not a Sony camera, it's not a Canon camera. Bro, you don't give a shit about that. All you give a shit about is the value of the video. Does it resonate with you? Does it help you? Does it make you better? Nobody cares about the gear. Maybe the gear it might make you look better, but it's always about the person, not about the camera or the gear or the equipment. When I started creating videos, I was stuck between, I need this, I need that. But it took me a while to realize that, yeah, I love clean, crispy cinematic videos. But at the same time, I still fuck with talking head videos that are natural. Sometimes I love videos that even have background noise to it. More like people are walking by, I can hear cars honking and all that. Like, it doesn't make any difference. It's about the video, it's about the person, it's about the feeling. Every other thing doesn't matter, because there is no perfect way to all this. If you really know what you want to do, it's best you just go and do it. And I'm not saying it I'm not saying it from a place of trying to motivate you. I'm not doing that. I'm saying it from a place of just do it dirty. Do it not knowing how to do it. That's the point. When I say go and do it, I'm not expecting you to know what to do. Just do. Do what you don't know how to do. That's the point. I might be making this video and to you, I'm one professional and that. I'm just human. Your superstars are still humans. They get scared, they get anxious, they get judgmental about themselves too. But do you know what? They still end up doing it. That's the point. So if you're someone that identifies yourself as a perfectionist, just like me, just like the next person, just like the next person, I don't want you to tie yourself into that identity. Don't tie yourself into an identity that will keep you on the same spot year in, year out. And there's something I always tell myself. I tell myself that 5 years will come and go. This is 2026. 4 years from now, we're in 2030. 2030 will come regardless of whether you move or you don't move. So why not just place a bet on yourself and just move? And I would say this, intelligent people always hide behind excuses like timing. This is not the right timing. I don't have the best strategy and I need clarity. Intelligent people know how to make the best excuses, but it doesn't change the fact that those things are still excuses. Waiting for the perfect timing, waiting to be clear on what you're going to do. I'm waiting for the best strategy. Bro, those things are things you will figure out when you move. You can't get the best strategy when you're thinking about the How do you know that strategy is going to work for you? There is no perfect way of doing anything. If somebody is telling you that there's a perfect way of doing something in this life, that person is just deceiving you, bro. I'm here to tell you there is no perfect way of doing anything in this life. Anything achievable, be it success, be it the gym, be it whatever. If you think about it deeply, you see that that same goal, a lot of people achieved it coming from different routes. So there's no perfect time. There's no best time. There's no need to wait for clarity. There is no best strategy. The best strategy is the one that works for you. And like I always tell my clients, that, do you know the real cost of not moving? Do you know the real cost of perfectionism? You know the real cost of overthinking? It's not failure. I used to think it's failure. It's not embarrassment. Never. It's who you become. You become someone that hesitates by default. Because whether you believe it, whether you're conscious about it, you're always training yourself by the decisions you make daily. You train your nervous system by the choices you make daily. So if you're making a choice of being nervous but picking the camera and speak, you're training your nervous system that I'm scared, I feel anxious, but regardless of whatever I feel, I move. That's what you train your nervous system to understand if you act that way. If you go to the gym when you're tired, when you don't feel like it, you're training your nervous system that you're somebody that moves regardless of how they feel. But if you're somebody that you're not feeling good, you don't feel like going to the gym, you're anxious, and you buy into the idea of not doing it that day. You buy into the idea of procrastinating it. You buy into the idea of leaving it for tomorrow. You're still training your nervous system as someone who never does what he said he would do. So whatever choices you make daily, your body keeps a receipt of all of it. I repeat it again. Whatever choices you make daily, your nervous system keeps a receipt of all of it. You might lie to yourself, you might lie to the next person. You can never lie to your body. You can never lie to your nervous system. And that's exactly what I help my clients overcome. I have a 90-day execution container that helps you move regardless. It's all action oriented. So if you're someone that wants to move, this is not therapy, it's not motivation, it's not trying to babysit you or make you feel good or emotional support. That's not what the 90-day execution container is about. It's about action, getting shit done. So if you're someone that wants to get shit done, click the link in my bio and I will see you on the other side.